What's
Beyonce
going
is
on?
losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still has to say, just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say something?
I mean, probably not, considering she's gonna be indicted for anything she say. These are criminals. Diddy is a deal, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there.
Aubrey O'Day is back, and once again, she's coming for Diddy. But this time, she's also dragging Beyoncé and Jay-Z into the mess. According to Aubrey, there's more to the story than just what Diddy's been accused of. She's hinting that some of the industry's biggest names were involved in these so-called freak parties. Now let's not forget, Aubrey has been in Diddy's orbit since the Making the Band days. She was a member of Danity Kane, the girl group signed to Diddy's Bad Boy Entertainment. And rumor has it, Diddy tried to recruit her into his darker world too. So if anyone has receipts or real insight into who may have enabled him, it's definitely her. At one point, it was even rumored that Aubrey would testify against Diddy, but she later cleared that up, saying she wasn't. Still, that doesn't mean she's staying silent. Nope, she's been very vocal online. And recently, she shocked the internet by calling out none other than Beyoncé. Beyoncé has already been catching heat for allegedly being involved with Diddy. Some even claim she helped cover up his alleged crimes alongside Jay-Z. But nobody
wanna look like though?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. I'm not focused on me. I'm focused on what this group should look like and how I should fit in this situation.
You like big hair though.
I like big hair.
Big hair. You like big hair. You like a lot of makeup and all that.
Actually, I don't. I don't like big hair. I don't like certain makeup. I'm very flexible with what you want to do, and I've worked with everything that you've thrown at me, curly, whatever. I'm not here in a group to have curly, straight, big makeup, whatever. I'm here in a group to sing with my group, and that is all I care about. For real. Like, maybe you just don't get me.
We expected Aubrey O'Day to be the one stepping into the chat and airing it all out. The Diddy saga just keeps unraveling. Let's rewind for a second. Danity Kane, made up of Aubrey O'Day, Dawn Richard, Shannon Bex, Dee Woods, and Andrea. Fimbers was signed to Bad Boy, and the girls were initially thrilled to be working with someone of Diddy's stature. But it didn't take long for the dream to turn into a nightmare. Diddy's mistreatment of the girls played out on national television. And while many stayed quiet, Aubrey was the only one who consistently stood up to him. She later revealed that Diddy—
The stories that we have to tell during a time in music where there were gatekeepers, there were people that owned labels like Puff running things, and the way that the divisions and the divisiveness occurred, and the things that we experienced between each other and us against the system are insane.
Intentionally pitted the girls against one another, manipulating them to see each other as rivals instead of teammates. According to her, this was all about control, divide and conquer. She also said Diddy would body shame them regularly, criticizing their weight or even minor changes in appearance. He treated them like his personal dolls, micromanaging every aspect of their lives. Even worse, Aubrey said he pressured the girls into attending freak-off parties and would emotionally—
It's everything you could imagine why somebody would want to fire. I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me, not talent-wise, but in other areas. So it's difficult when you're that young to understand your worth as a woman from the men that I was around, and that was very traumatic. I don't think any of us have healed from that. Diddy would be like, "You're not hot anymore. Like, what happened? You don't have anything. Like, you don't have any curves. You're looking like you're not looking like, I can't get people to think that you're my good-looking person." And there was no Me Too at that time. There was no protecting anyone at that time. You signed a million NDAs and a million contracts that took away all your rights. So
and psychologically mistreat them if they refused. This lines up with claims from Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, who said he once overheard Diddy talking about passing the girls around to his male friends. And just when you thought things couldn't get darker, word is, Diddy tried to cover his tracks before Cassie's lawsuit went public by sending NDAs to several former artists, including the women of Danity Kane. But here's the twist. These NDAs weren't just hush agreements. Diddy allegedly offered the group their long-awaited publishing rights in exchange for their silence. Now keep in mind, Diddy has held on to those rights for decades.
Because I heard him, and I'm giving you this, Aubrey. He stood up there and he said, in front of a lot of people, we were in the studio, and I said something to him and walked out the studio. He said, "Yo, I mean, well, it's not only somebody that heard me, it's somebody that I know who was in the studio at the time that happened, and I still talk to him today. And we were just talking about that the other day. He had moved back to Indiana. I don't know why. I'm gonna give you that one. He said he's gonna move all out.
Profiting off the group's work while the artists themselves saw very little. But Aubrey O'Day, always the sharp one, wasn't falling for the trap. She reportedly convinced the other Danity Kane members not to sign. Why? Because at this point, those old publishing rights weren't worth much. Most of their songs aren't being streamed or bought like they used to be, so the royalties would have been minimal. Aubrey knew Diddy wasn't being generous. He was trying to get ahead of something big. Sure enough, when Cassie's lawsuit hit the headlines, everything started to make sense. Diddy had been scrambling, and Aubrey saw right through it. Even Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, backed this up. He confirmed that while most artists signed those NDAs, Danity Kane was one of the few who didn't, thanks to Aubrey's foresight. Then came the infamous hotel footage Diddy physically attacking Cassie. After the video leaked, Diddy tried to save face with a half-hearted apology video. But Aubrey wasn't buying it, and she let him have it. She reposted an earlier statement Diddy had made, calling Cassie a liar, and she exposed
to release him for any claims or wrongdoings or actions prior to the date of the release. I have to sign an NDA that I will never disparage Puff, Bad Boy, Janice Combs, or Justin Combs' music or EMI or Sony ever in public.
So that you just got recently.
I got it a few months ago when we started doing this. So what's happening is artists, some of them, not all of them, are being given streaming royalties and ownership back over our publishing on songs that we wrote. At a time when you know that you have to stream a song a million times to make a cent, okay? It's hundreds of dollars. And me as somebody that's a girl's girl, I hit everyone in my group and said, absolutely do not take this deal. I can get us a show on Hulu right now.
the hypocrisy. Diddy did not apologize to Cassie. He apologized to the world for seeing what he did. He says he's disgusted with himself now, and was disgusted. Then, but clearly not enough to stop himself from calling her a liar and denying all of it just months ago. Leave God and Mercy out of this, they aren't present here, and you know it. But Aubrey didn't stop there, because now she's allegedly coming for Beyoncé too. That's right. Word on the street is that Aubrey is calling out Queen Bey herself for being involved in some of the same twisted circles as Diddy. For years, there have been whispers about Beyoncé and Jay-Z attending or knowing about Diddy's infamous freak parties, but no one expected Aubrey to step forward and speak on it. What's more shocking is the connection she's making to events from the Making the Band era. Remember when Diddy famously made a group of artists walk miles across New York City to get him a slice of cheesecake from Junior's? That was seen as a hazing stunt, something to toughen them up for the music industry. But recently, Freddie P., a former member of the band Da Band, dropped a bombshell in an...
Did Diddy make his artists sign NDAs and people that work for him?
Well, a lot of these rappers, a lot of these industry people, anybody who does business nowadays with the internet, they have NDAs, non-disclosure. That means that if you work for them, you around them, you can't disclose any of the information about them. It's the same thing that he gave to all his artists. He gave them their publishing back. I'm gonna give y'all publishing, but y'all can't talk about Janice Combs, Justin Combs, Sony, Bad Boy, or anything that happened. Y'all can't talk about none of that. But there's some artists that didn't say anything, that didn't sign it, and they able to talk about anything they want to. And I think that's those girls that were, I think Danity Kane. I think a couple of them didn't sign it. And boy, oh boy, they probably gonna go after him too.
interview. That cheesecake wasn't even for Diddy, it was for Beyoncé. Allegedly, Beyoncé was present during the taping, and she's the one who told Diddy to make them walk instead of sending a car. At the time, people laughed it off, thinking it was just another test of determination. But in hindsight, it's one more example of how these artists were humiliated and mistreated under the guise of building character. So if what Aubrey and others are saying is true, it looks like the rabbit hole goes much deeper than anyone imagined. And with more people speaking out, especially industry insiders who were there firsthand, this might just be the beginning. It turns out the infamous cheesecake stunt wasn't even Diddy's idea, it was for Beyoncé the whole time. For years, we all thought Diddy made the members of Da Band walk miles across New York City just to humiliate them on national television for his own twisted satisfaction. But according to former member Freddie P, it was actually Beyoncé who requested—
Okay, fun fact, a lot of people don't know, that cheesecake we went and got was from Beyoncé. She was upstairs the whole time. What we was talking about again? Hold on. Yeah, that's a fun fact. People don't know. People like, y'all want, we got a cheesecake. You go Beyoncé. I'm the type of, I listen to everything you say. So if you say walk to the store,